Falcons receiver Calvin Ridley has been suspended for at least the 2022 season after gambling on games in 2021. Now, the NFL made the announcement earlier today saying he gambled on games over a 5-day stretch in November when he was on the non-football injury list. The NFL released a statement saying, quote, "There is nothing more fundamental to the NFL's success and to the reputation of everyone associated with our league than upholding the integrity of the game." Well, I think this came to a surprise to everyone. They made the announcement just before the show. He went to Twitter, Calvin did, and he said that he doesn't have a gambling problem. But what was y'all's reaction when you first heard about this?
I mean, me and Joshua were talking about this earlier. Players know the rules, and you cannot bet on games. If the NFL did their investigation and found that he did, and he's even saying here, I only bet $1,500, but if the rule is you can't bet at all, you can't bet.
Right.
And so they said, listen, you're not going to be playing in the near future for a while, so spend it all next season.
Joshua, you were saying in the locker room,
yes,
they have like plaques and everything, right?
Yes. There are 3 signs in the locker room. First one says, don't take steroids, no PEDs.
Yeah.
The second one is don't share razor because they don't want a MRSA issue. And the third one is no gambling. Like it's known that you're not allowed to gamble within the NFL. And this is the NFL's worst nightmare, truly, is an integrity of the game issue. And we've seen this league kind of sweep certain things under the rug that they don't see as a big deal to the on-field product and to the trustworthiness of the game. But having a player in any capacity bet on a game is something that this league has tried to avoid. And it's becoming much harder because gambling is more accessible now. He made the bets apparently on an online betting app. Like, this is something that you can do nowadays. And so the NFL, their antennas are going to be up to make sure that this situation doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I mean, I just think I'm glad that they kind of laid the hammer down. And, some people might say the whole season, that's a little aggressive. But like you said, to protect the integrity of the game, I think, and to prevent this from happening again, imagine if he was actually participating in those games.
Right.
And, so I'm glad that they, made a statement and they acted quickly on this.
Yeah, and then we're going to talk about it more later in the show. But it's just like, look, you have the NFL that's partnered with a lot of these places that, have daily fantasy and betting parlays. But, yeah, we'll see. Like, it'd be hard to imagine that he's the only one.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
We'll have to see how this unfolds. It's still fresh.